Let's talk Pixel Watch 4, because based on first impressions alone, this watch nailed it. It's like it took a page out of my own personal wish list and just slapped it on a smartwatch. This is all things mobile. The Pixel Watch already strikes a great balance between that polished design, the robust fitness features from the Fitbit integration, and of course, the seamless integration with Google's ecosystem. Now, the Pixel Watch 4 doesn't just cruise on what works though. It used the criticism, which wasn't that much to begin with, that we had from the Pixel Watch 3 to push the boundaries on what is possible on this new watch. At $350, the price remains the same. Also, you'll notice the design looks very similar as last year with that same circular screen and that almost like domed or bubble display that comes out of the edges and that rotating crown as well. But if you look closely, you will notice that there is more screen now because the bezels have gotten smaller. Also, the screen has gotten 50% brighter, meaning it looks really nice from every angle. But the biggest changes are under the hood, and Google says that this is the biggest upgrade to the Pixel Watch since its inception. Now, first on the list is satellite connectivity. I know it doesn't sound sexy, but this one's huge because it's the first time we're seeing it on a smartwatch without the phone. This means for you that if you're lost in the woods and you need to send a message for help and you don't have Wi-Fi or cellular connectivity, you can get that message out. It's a really nice extra layer of security. Now, alongside that, you also get that dual band GPS, which means more precise location tracking when you're on a workout or when you have to share your location. Another cool new feature that hopefully you will never need is serviceability, which basically means that it's easier to repair because now both the battery and the display are replaceable, which is a really nice to have on a smartwatch. The next big one, not because it's particularly exciting, but because we all need it, is battery life. The battery life on the Pixel Watch 3 was so there was a lot of room for improvement, and I am happy to announce that the Pixel Watch 4 has a better battery life. The 41mm version will last you 30 hours, and then the 45mm version will last you 40 hours. Of course, this is heavily dependent on use, so we're gonna have to run our own battery tests to see if it holds up to the claim. What's more exciting though is that it's going to charge faster thanks to that new charging dock. Up to 50% in just 15 minutes, or up to 100% in 60 minutes. This means it's going to take less time away from your wrist. Now let's move on to the new AI health coach on the Pixel Watch 4. And this is where I start to nerd out. Now, we've seen other health AI features come to the Samsung watches and the Apple Watch, like Running Coach and Workout Buddy. But this one is not specific to a feature. It actually encompasses all of your health data. And it's more of that health concierge that at least I've been dreaming about on a smartwatch. Unfortunately, I have nothing to show for it because the feature is not available on the watch. It's not coming out till October, so you're gonna have to stare at my face for a little bit longer, but I can tell you what I know about it, which is that it's built on Gemini. And I tested Gemini on the Galaxy Watch 8, and it is amazing at handling all sorts of prompts. It gives complex answers. You don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to switch to a robo voice. And if that is true, then this is an AI health coach to watch. In theory, this means that you can ask it things like, how do I improve my VO2 max? Or how do I get deeper sleep? Or hey, I'm jet lagged, what can I do? Now, it's going to come down to execution, and I'm very well aware that just because it says that it can do things doesn't mean that it's gonna do them well, so I am very excited to test it out for you and tell you how it is. This, of course, just adds to the already great portfolio of health and fitness features on the Pixel Watch, which this year includes a redesigned Fitbit app, a better temperature sensor, and last year they introduced a more accurate heart rate sensor, so it builds upon that. And lastly, you'll also be able to turn in your cycling metrics into a heads-up display on your phone when you're cycling. And speaking of Gemini, you are going to want to use Gemini even more on this watch because not only was it made for it, and you can ask it cool things like, what constellations are visible tonight? And can you please set an alarm for the best viewing time tonight? You can also activate Gemini a lot easier on the watch because it has a raise to activate feature. And of course, the Pixel Watch 4 also gets plenty of other improvements like a refreshed Material 3 expressive UI that feels very fluid and molds to the watch's curves, a faster processor and coprocessor which can handle all those AI tasks without draining the battery, and new watch bands, new watch faces to personalize your style. Now, in terms of pricing, $350 for the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi version, $399 for the LTE version, and you get 2 years of Google Fi service included with that. Pre-orders start on August 20th, and it ships on October 9th. Just note that the AI health coach, as I said, will not arrive until later. We are just barely scratching the surface when it comes to Pixel Watch 4, and there's so much more to talk about. I encourage you guys to check out my article on CNET.com if you want the full list of specs. Also, I will be reviewing the smartwatch very soon, so please let me know what you're most excited about and what you want me to test on the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.